I come, you can't hide. I'm gonna find you and make you want me.
Yo, this shit on P.
Yo, what is going on? This is Unbounded once again. Thank you for coming to the podcast as you walk in. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Truth Teller and Free Breon. Along, I got my boy
Free.
Isaac. What's going on, dog?
I'm good. Hashtag free Breon.
Free Breon.
Our boy is he's under pressure. No Queen. No David Bowie. He's under pressure. My man is oppressed by the system.
Free
We
the
need
man.
to pull up. We need to pull up like Malcolm X did for Brother Johnson.
There we go. Free my boy.
That was such a powerful scene, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like that movie. Hey.
Doing some sharing, tagging.
Man. Oh man, I'm good though. I could be better, but I'm good. Barcelona fired their coach, fired their manager because they were looking like LSU this year. And for those wondering, that means they're looking like trash. They just lost a Clasico on Sunday 2-1. That's against Real Madrid. They're bitter rivals. They got rid of Messi before the season started.
That's tough.
Yeah, which wasn't. All right, so here's the thing. I didn't hate it. I was not upset. Okay, I'm lying. I was upset. I was upset because I'm a huge Barca fan. I've been a Barca fan since playing. Once I played FIFA 07 on the PSP, I fell in love with Barcelona. I haven't looked back since.
I burnt my eggs. I feel stupid.
All right, we're gonna put a pin in that. How?
Because I put them in before I started eating, and then I just got a message saying that you left your eggs in the oven.
How did?
I don't know, dog.
How did you do that?
Look, man, it's been a week. Leave me alone. It's only Wednesday. It's been a week.
No, I'm not gonna leave you alone. How do you burn? How did you do this?
Because I have like these little egg things that I put in the oven. It's like a little frittata, and I forgot it was in there, so they probably crispy right now.
How did you do
crispy
that?
Blake? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little out of it today. Bear with me. But we're here today.
Anyway, yeah, Barcelona fired their coach. They're looking for a new manager, a new head coach. We've not been great this year. Like I said, we got rid of Messi early. We got rid of Lionel Messi, probably the best player since Pele to play, arguably. He's up there. But yeah, he's playing for PSG now on that's Paris Saint-Germain, and a strong team because now it's him, Neymar, and Kylian Mbappe all on the same squad, which is completely unfair.
That sounds like the Miami Heat of the early 2010s.
Yeah, plus wait, imagine LeBron, prime Wade and prime Jordan on the same squad.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, no. Imagine LeBron, Kobe, and all right. So Messi's LeBron. Mbappe is Tyler Hero.
So he's like a 6-man?
No. He's Luka Doncic.
Okay.
Mbappe is Luka Doncic. He's young. He's got a lot of talent, and he shows it. And then you have Neymar is Steph Curry. So imagine all that on the same squad. That's what Messi, Neymar, and that's what Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe.
That's fair.
It's not. That's everybody's going to use PSG now online in FIFA now, and it's going to be completely unfair. Like all the FIFA highlights you're going to see is of people like using PSG.
So basically, they're looking like the Golden State Warriors of 2K.
Yes. Exactly. And it's But bright side. Now here's the bright side. When Messi left, Barcelona immediately got this guy named Memphis Depay. Who's black. But we ain't talking about that's not the point. That's not the point.
His name is Memphis, so I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, they got him.
Gosh, that sounds like something we would do. Where are you going to name your son today? Memphis.
Yeah. Memphis Depay is on the squad.
He would have been one of those ones just for his name would have been had his account on Twitter put in jail for a week because of his name when they had the Memphis Gate.
So you have Memphis Depay. You have Ansu Fati. I hope I said that right.
I hope you did too. I hate butchering people's names.
I know, right? It's not Ansu Fati. Yes, nailed it. And then there's a lot. You know what I mean? Also, by the way, we just lost today. Barcelona just lost today.
Oh, Lord.
1-0 to Rayo Vallecano. We lost 1-0. So yeah, but we got a good young team, you know.
So it sounds like a rebuild.
Yes.
Sounds like what the Seahawks are going to be doing within the next few years.
Well, the only difference between Barcelona and the Seahawks is that Russell Wilson didn't get injured in the game. We sent him away because of financial reasons. What Barcelona did with Messi sounds like something Jerry Jones would do.
Yeah.
That's literally what it sounds like. Because here's the thing. In the press conference, when he was leaving, he said he didn't want to go. He wanted to be there for the rest of his career. He said he didn't want to go. And the only way he would leave is if they forced him out or he retired. You know what I mean? And he was willing to take a pay cut. He was making millions already. He was willing to take a pay cut to stay. You know, I think I even heard one article say that he would have played for free if he could stay. But I guess the Barcelona's version of Jerry Jones was like, yeah, no, we need to save the money. And
all of it.
Yes. All the millions of dollars they make because it's in such a one of the top leagues in Europe. The Spanish Premier League. It is. La Liga is one of the top leagues in Europe. It's not even funny. It's that the Premier League, the English Premier League, Italian Serie A, and then those are the top three that off the top of my head. You know? But it's it's I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know who they're gonna pick, who's gonna follow. I really don't. It's kind of bad, but we will see. We will see. I'm sticking with him. You know,
Might as
sticking
well.
with him though. Yeah. Dak Prescott is must clear the threshold to play. He practiced today. There's no structural. I'm just going through the rundown on ESPN right now. So, Mark Ingram went back to the Saints apparently.
Are they gonna bring Adrian Peterson now? That's just the dumbest thing for those who do not know.
But Dak Prescott must clear threshold to play. I think he's got to do some certain stuff in practice in order to play on Sunday. I think we should be fine, though. I hope so.
Who do you play?
Minnesota. Which the way somebody described Minnesota was the way they play does not match their record. And
no, it doesn't. They're really good with a really bad record.
It's really weird. It's really weird. They're
like a lot of games that they've lost should have been W's if it weren't
they're like the Broncos. It's like they have a really good team, but their record wouldn't you wouldn't believe it.
They're better than the Broncos. The Broncos are just had 3 good games and then started playing like straight dog water the next few.
Are the Chiefs bad?
Yeah.
I asked 3 different people this today. Like, are they bad? Because mind you,
their defense is probably worse than the Cowboys last year.
And we were bad last year. It was bad.
So then you add on to the fact that Mahomes is out here thinking he's still able to just throw no-look passes and just do all these circus throws instead of being Mr. Fundamental Tom Brady. Not the cheating part, Isaac. But outside of that, their defense is horrible. And their defense is what's been helping to lose games. On top of a few really bad turnovers by Patrick Mahomes, which, do you know Patrick Mahomes is, I want to say, tied for the most turnovers in the league?
I would not have guessed that.
We all know who number 1 is.
The Jaguars?
No. Interception Poppy. Not Jameis. The new Interception Poppy. Zach Wilson. Zach Efron.
Oh, right.
So he's leading the league in turnovers. And it's a good possibility that Patrick Mahomes could take over first place next week.
That's a shame.
Because Zach Wilson's not playing next week. That's going to be up to Mike White. White.
I keep forgetting he's still playing.
Who?
Mike White.
Where was he? This is my first.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's why I keep saying I forgot he's still playing.
I didn't know he existed. Who was this Mike White guy?
Anyway, so what? So where do you want to start?
Let's get to the wrestling. So today, this is a normal day, and then news broke. So Ring of Honor is evidently going to be shutting down shop for the first 3 months of the year.
That's a lot.
On top of that, evidently, according to multiple sources, keep that in mind. Multiple sources are could be wrong. Evidently, they're going to be releasing everybody effectively at the end of the year. So all those guys and girls are going to be free agents. Now, where do you think this is going to lead to? Evidently, they're going to be coming back for what is it? The Supercard of Honor is in April.
Yes.
So they said they'll be ready for a Supercard of Honor, but after Best in the World, they're going to shut down and reimagine Ring of Honor, basically. So a rebuild.
I think this is necessary. All right, let me clarify. The releasing of talent. First of all, if you're going to release talent, this is how you do it. You know what I mean? This is a way, and you're not doing it. There's no way Ring of Honor catches heat for releasing this talent like WWE did. I'm gonna start off by saying that that's not. No. If anybody is upset about Ring of Honor doing this and releasing wrestlers because of this, as they're trying to rebuild, you need to check your values at the door. That's to me, because I don't see how this is bad. If anything, Ring of Honor the comments I saw, somebody said Ring of Honor ROH 2.0 with the so, but that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that
whatever they do, they just need to keep pure.
Yes, the thing about Ring of Honor is that it needs to stay true to itself.
Yeah, that
is the main thing, and that's what it has continued to do, despite Ring of Honor is basically and Impact are basically in the same boat. You know what I mean? They still have that fan base that loves them no matter what, despite its challenges.
I think at this point everybody has that.
Yeah,
even WWE.
I know what I'm saying, but WWE, but Ring of Honor and Impact aren't billion-dollar publicly traded companies.
Well, they're owned by a billion-dollar company.
Well, yeah, and Sinclair, but I'm saying but I mean, in the terms of
I get you.
Yeah, they haven't had the best of times recently. You know what I mean?
I think their downward spiral started when you want to say G1 Supercard that you were at.
That is literally what the consensus I got on Twitter. So everybody has been saying the last. I don't think that's the case for me.
I want to say the formation of AEW, and I said this when it started. I said somebody's going to take a fall for AEW, and it was a toss up between them and Impact. Impact seemingly has been able to find a place to flourish, where Ring of Honor really hasn't had that. They took a bigger hit during the pandemic, and even before then, they had a lot more issues going on with the what was it? They had something going on with Taylor.
Killer Kelly, the whole thing. Not Killer Kelly, Kelly Klein. That whole thing.
The Kelly Klein situation. They also had the issue with Jay Lethal and
ACH.
Well, no, before ACH. I just said her name too, and I can't think of it again. Taylor Hendricks.
Yeah,
they had that. So a lot of issues. And Bully Ray was involved at one point with the Klein issue. So everything like that, and then the Enzo and Cass issue that nobody cared for. Everything that went down at G1 Supercard.
Here, as a guy who was in the building for that show. First of all, it was an amazing show. Absolutely amazing. That was a great show. Great show. To say that was the last time Ring of Honor was good is kind of I can't agree with that. It was a good, like I said, that show was really good. That was a very great high point, but post that, if you wanted, there were things they could have done in order to survive, to keep it level. You know what I mean?
But it seemed like they did try things, and everything they did.
I'm saying one of the things they could have tried a lot of things. One thing they could have tried, which I'm surprised in having a Super Ring of Honor Supercard at the G1 Supercard, which even though now we don't really like to talk about them because of obvious reasons, but the fact that Marty Scurll didn't become Ring of Honor World Champion was kind of iffy. Now I'm not sure about that, why that didn't happen. You know, But I do know that in that building on that night, everybody in that building wanted Marty Scurll to be Ring of Honor champion.
I remember that.
Everybody, like everybody. I know that. I know that it wasn't a good. I know that. I do think them bringing back the Pure Championship and putting it on Jonathan Gresham, who is the purest wrestler on the face of the earth, other than Minoru Suzuki.
Brian's gonna slap whenever it happens.
Oh my god, dog. The day we get that, we're gonna get it. The thing is, we're gonna get that at some point, and my heart breaks because I have a feeling it's not gonna be somewhere televised.
It needs to be televised.
It needs to be. If you do, I don't know who's listening. If Jonathan Gresham versus Bryan Danielson goes down, it needs to be in 2 places. 3 places it can go down, but it needs to happen in 2.
AEW,
PWG, AEW, PWG, or GCW.
Oh, I was gonna say New Japan. I feel like the New Japan crowd would really appreciate it too.
Oh, they would. Speaking of New Japan, Leo Rush is going to fight Taiji Ishimori. So, there's that. Oh, did I mention Okada kind of single-handedly pulled New Japan out of the mud? Did I tell you about that?
No, but I saw there was a little Twitter exchange between him and Buddy Matthews.
And who?
Buddy Matthews.
Well, yeah, Buddy Matthews wants to fight Okada, and so there's that. And Kazuchika Okada single-handedly pulled. He single-handedly made up for the entire thing that happened at the G1 final, which again was a tragedy. By the way, Kota Ibushi did not break his arm; he dislocated his shoulder.
That's good. That's really good, actually.
And he said 2 months. He'll be back in 2 months. So before Wrestle Kingdom, which is also great. So which means we're probably going to get Okada Ibushi at one of the Wrestle Kingdom main events. Probably. But this dude, this genius, brought back something that I hope stays, and that I think everyone would be proud of. He brought back the V4 belt, which is the belt that he made famous, because when I first saw New Japan in 2017, that was the belt I saw.
Right.
And I didn't like it at first because because mind you, I'm still in WWE mode where I'm thinking big gold belt, World Heavyweight Championship.
I loved it on first sight. So,
which one? The big gold?
No,
the IWGP.
Yeah, IWGP.
Well, I didn't hate it; it just grew on me. You know what I mean? And then I saw how beautiful all the other belts in Japan were, and I'm like, yeah, these are dope. Like I saw Noah's belt. Noah's belt looks great. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen Noah's belt.
Yeah, it's good. That one's good. The 0-1 belt is pretty good. But yeah, he brought back the V4 IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and he said he wanted to carry that instead of a briefcase. Now, this caught heat because some people were like, why is he making it dramatic? There's already 3 belts because Ospreay has a belt and he's touring in the U.S. right now. Speaking of touring, Minoru Suzuki is heading back to Japan. His U.S. tour is over. So, which, if you ask me, it was a good tour. He was in Bloodsport, fought Chris Dickinson, he fought Bryan Danielson, and he fought Jon Moxley. Oh, and he fought Nick Gage. So, which last I saw, that wasn't really a death match, but he did go over, obviously. But it wasn't a death match. But anyway, it's a good tour. But yeah, Okada. Oh, by the way, Okada's going to be in the U.S. in November.
Yeah.
So
same day as what is this? What's the pay-per-view coming up?
Full Gear?
Yeah.
Probably.
No, it's the same day, but I think he's doing another event.
Yeah, he's doing an event in New Japan for New Japan. But yeah, he brought back the belt, and that gives me hope. Gives me hope that maybe somebody's saying, hey, maybe we should change the belt back.
Speaking of same day, what do you think about this possibility of having All Out and a somewhat right now unnamed WWE pay per view happening on the same day? Just for clarification, that this WWE pay per view will be held in England, in the UK. Hence, it will be starting around the time of 3 p.m. on our side of the globe, which would be ending around about 7ish.
I know you need to put on your best wrestling in the UK.
That you're gonna, which I really appreciate with this with WWE. They have all right. I'm gonna say it now. In my personal opinion, you want to know when the last bad pay per view was?
What?
My personal opinion. Crown Jewel 2020. I want to say it was 2020. Yeah, it was
what happened? What? I'm trying to remember what happened at that one.
Goldberg beating Bray Wyatt.
What else happened?
It was only one thing that was really memorable about that. And I want to say that was Mansoor winning a battle royal. Hold on, I'm gonna go look up the card real quick.
Because to me, all the crown jewels were bad. Honestly, you lost. Here's where I really stopped caring about Crown Jewel when Baron Corbin was Constable Corbin, and he screwed over,
the Shane McMahon thing.
That and
oh Lord, so this is bad. When you hear this card,
go ahead.
Whew. Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez.
Oh my God, that was so terrible.
Braun Strowman versus Tyson Fury.
That was bad.
Where's the rest of this doggone card? Humberto Carrillo winning a 20-man battle royal, eliminating last eliminated Eric Rowan, and he faced AJ Styles. His opportunity was facing AJ Styles for the United States Championship. OC versus Viking Raiders. That was a tag team turmoil. So there was a bunch of tag teams in that. Mansoor beat. Okay, so there was one really good match on this. It was Mansoor Cesaro. Which Mansoor in Saudi Arabia is basically going to take a WrestleMania.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh gosh, Team Hogan versus Team Flair.
Oh my God, I knew there was something bad.
Team Hogan was Roman, Rusev, Ricochet. This is how bad things were at this point. Shorty G and Ali.
Was it? Didn't JD? No, that was something else. Wasn't JD? Didn't JD say Ricochet looked ridiculous? No, that was at Survivor Series. Was that something?
No, you're thinking of the other. That was the Crown Jewel before that, I believe. When he
no, because it was at a show we watched at your house, and he was wearing something. I think it might have been SummerSlam. Now I think about it.
Might have been SummerSlam
because he came just as Nightwing, and he looked really good. I thought it looked cool. But anyway, no, I know what it was. I know what it was. He was dressed as All Might.
It's not the one I wanted.
Ricochet was dressed as All Might.
This is not the Crown Jewel. No, this is 2019. What was the show that Goldberg beat Bray Wyatt at?
I just know, like I said, I stopped caring for Crown Jewel when Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman acted like they couldn't have a 2-minute match or 5 minutes. They couldn't just go 5 minutes because Baron Corbin took the belt, hit Braun over the head with it. Brock picked him up for F5'd him and pinned him 1, 2, 3, and that was the match. And I was like, yeah. And I remember getting very, very furious.
Okay, so the show was the last one was Super Showdown 2020.
Okay, what was that?
That was OC versus Viking Raiders.
Trash.
Taker defeating AJ Styles, Andrade, Bobby Lashley, Eric Rowan, and R-Truth.
That was I remember that match. This dude came in. AJ won. AJ beat him. The last guy he thought he won, and then Taker came out there slow as all get out, choke slammed him, and then pinned him.
Yep.
Without taking his hat and coat off.
Right. Miz and Morrison beating the New Day for the tag team titles. Garza beating Carrillo, who are now tag team partners. Rollins and Murphy versus the Street Profits, which is so funny because the next Monday they won the titles right off Rollins and Murphy. Mansoor beating Dolph Ziggler. This is the show. Brock Lesnar squashing Ricochet in a minute 30.
Yeah, that made me laugh because Ricochet had won like on the weeks prior a shot to be WWE champion, right? It was
And
WWE champion.
Fell flat on his face throughout the entire build. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, because they were like, "Oh," he was saying like, "Why not me?" or something like that. Why can't it be me? And then he got in there in 30 minutes. And I'm like, what?
He was trying to pull a Russell Wilson.
I remember being very furious. I didn't see. I watched the match. And I was very. I'm lying. I didn't watch anything, but I saw the clips of it. I'm like, what was the point?
I knew it wasn't going to be good.
I knew he wasn't going to win.
I knew he wasn't going to win. Once I saw him fall flat on his face, I was like, yeah, this is not going to go good for Ricochet.
I'm like,
Roman beating King Corbin in a steel cage match. This was the first ever championship match.
King. I need y'all to put it in perspective. That man was king for like 2 years and nobody said anything. They let this man be a king for 2 years.
I mean, Booker would have been king for that long too if he didn't leave.
But I actually liked King Booker. I'm lying. At the time,
I liked King Corbin
at the time. I hated King Booker, like because he was always messing with Batista, and I just wanted Batista.
You were supposed to hate King Booker.
I know. I know, and he did his job
to an extent. Bayley versus Naomi for the SmackDown Women's Championship, which they have the first ever
women's
women's title championship match in Saudi Arabia. Goldberg versus the Fiend in 3 minutes. That was, in my opinion, the last really bad pay-per-view WWE has put on. Outside of that, they got back on track. I know people didn't care for the Elimination Chamber in 2020. I liked it. Even the women's Elimination Chamber, I thought it was a really good build up.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good, and then I thought it was perfect for Shayna. Like, and then. And
because people always complain about WWE, they bring these people in for NXT and don't use it the way they were using NXT. Well,
they didn't.
They did that with Shayna.
They did right away, and then she lost at Mania, and then they didn't do it for a year. They didn't. They didn't do it for a year. They did it for like 2 months, and then after Mania, then they didn't do it for a year. Until now.
Well, we'll see we'll see what she does on Friday. I'm intrigued.
Like what bothers me, what gets me about that company is like, it's like they don't know what they have, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think it's a disconnect, and I've been saying this a lot. It's a disconnect. So the powers that be, and the powers that be is the power that be. If Vince Kennedy McMahon, he looks at it a different way than most people that like you and I look at it, and I've kind of been able to take a step back and look at it. Okay, so I told you about my thing with just being a good wrestler. Which AEW signed a lot of really just good wrestlers who really are just good wrestlers. Shout out to my boy Tony Nese.
Yeah.
But then you kind of
he's gonna fight Fuego del Sol, by the way, coming up.
He better win.
He probably will. Let's be honest.
Fuego del Sol is like what 1-75 at this point.
Just leave that man be, bro. Let that man be.
No, he is their version of. What is his name? Kurt Hawkins.
Leave him be, bro. Leave him be.
I love Fuego, bro. I'm hoping to see Fuego when we go to AEW, which I'm getting my tickets probably next week.
I already got mine.
I'm probably gonna because I'm taking my brother, so we might be on the floor if I can find some good tickets. Whoo!
What?
Lord have mercy, 10 mil.
For what?
The ratings came out for game 1 last night, and
everybody wants to see
17.5%.
everybody wants to see the Braves beat the Astros. Everybody does.
I'm just hoping they don't pull the LOL Atlanta.
Oh yeah, let's not put that in the atmosphere.
Well, I mean, the Falcons found a way to blow the game and still win it. So this Becky and Charlotte thing, I know we kind of touched into it last week on Sunday.
Yeah, so deep dive. That was the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in professional wrestling.
That you've ever seen.
Yes.
I can guarantee
mind you. No, I know there's worse, but mind you, I haven't seen the finger poke of doom, but I've heard people talk about it, and I imagine it's as terrible as it sounds.
Yeah, I was so I listen to Cornette here and there, not often. But I went over here, I was like, let me see what Cornette got to say about everything. So I saw the video.
All right, let me rephrase. It wasn't a professional. It looked very petty.
It looked very petty.
It was probably the most pettiest thing I've ever seen in professional wrestling.
So Corny was saying basically that people are he basically said that this was a much ado about nothing compared to the things that he has seen in the locker room, knowing the time period that he was there.
Okay, that's
so
fair.
He was there for the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels debacle, and how they got into it, and everything like that.
Well, the thing about that is that wasn't from I watched the Bret A&E documentary. I watched the Shawn A&E documentary. I didn't see their Dark Side of the Ring, but from what I could see there, that wasn't pettiness. Like that was like stuff as like, Bret didn't like Shawn because of his attitude. That's not pettiness. That's not a pettiness. That's saying, like Bret,
here's the thing.
Like I'm saying that for me, that could be a legit reason not to like somebody. Like you work, like granted, he's great at their job. He's great at his job in the ring and all that. But like if you see him backstage, it's like, yo, like, and you gotta be around him, and this dude's acting like, he's arrogant with this brash, cocky attitude, and that's him all the time. I'm like, no, that I could kind of understand where Bret's coming from, or both of them. I don't know what necessarily Shawn's beef with Bret was. I know that was Bret's beef with Shawn, but I just know that it wasn't this. It wasn't this.
Right. But my whole thing is this, because I already told you what was a Saturday, that it was Sunday. I didn't care too much. Like the whole thing about everybody mad about the title exchange is like they're the same titles with a different color.
Well, yeah,
literally the same title with a different color.
I'm saying that's not something you put. I said that. I think I said that Sunday. That's not something you put in the main event segment.
Oh no, and that was my only knock. It was like they could have done this. They should have done it the same way they did Street Profits and New Day.
Or you could have done it that way, or you could have put it on at any point in the show. Because honestly, I only watched it for one thing, and I sat there and I watched the opening segment with Roman, and I'm here thinking he's gonna murder Paul Heyman because of whatever. But he didn't do that. Then I'm hoping I watched. Oh, I know. But then I'm watching the rest of it, thinking, oh, he's gonna have something to say about what happened out there. And then Roman didn't appear for the rest of the show, and I'm like, so I watched SmackDown for nothing. I mean, that's how I felt, because nothing after that, nothing really caught my attention. Then I watched that, then I saw that, and I'm like, yo, what are they doing? I'm like, and I literally said out loud, just give her the fucking belt. Like, what are you doing? Like for real. Like I was saying, like Charlotte, what are you doing? Give her the belt. Like, stop being a petty. Stop being a bitch. Just give her the belt. And I'm sorry if I wound anybody up by saying that, but like that's what it looked like. Like, stop being a bunch of kids. Yeah, give her the belt. You're
it is very petty, and I agree with you there. But it was just like, this is ridiculous, and over two belts that are basically on the same level. And like I said, I'm not going to believe 100% of what's being said by these reporters.
Like, here's what probably been better. Here's where I probably would accept this. Like the way that went down, like one of them dropping the belt on the side and lifting the other belt up. I would expect that from like Osprey and Okada, you know, or like if I like, let's say Okada becomes world champion again and he carries the belt that he has, you know, and he's gotta do that with Osprey or something like that, or they're gonna have a match, a unification match, and one belt's gonna remain, and he's got to do something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
something like that. I could see Osprey because he's this super prick heel right now, and he's really good at it. I don't know if you've seen Osprey's heel work, but he's really good at it. He's really good at being a prick. Not as good as MJF, but imagine Osprey's heel work is like, imagine MJF, but like an amazing striker. If that makes sense. You know? Like imagine if MJF could like high fly and like had like amazing striking ability. That's Osprey. But yeah. But yeah, I could see it. I could see Osprey doing something like this, but not in the publicly traded company. This is some put it this way, this is some indie shit. You do this on the indies, or you don't do this in WWE.
Because it definitely does not really give off a good look for WWE.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And then this whole the heat backstage, how she had to be escorted out. Like if I'm Becky, he's like, yeah. I'm like, if I'm Sonya, because I heard Sonya said Sonya wanted to fight Charlotte because of that.
I heard that was what was reported.
Yeah, I'm like, and like, yeah, I'd be upset too because you could see Sonya's face. Like Sonya's like, Sonya's like, what are you doing? Sonya's looking at you. Can look at her body language. Like, what are you doing? You just, like pick it up, like pick up the belt. Like we got to do this. You know.
And then I can't remember who it was out. I can't remember if it was Brian Last or Cornette that made the statement. What if this is her way of kind of forcing the issue of them saying, all right, we can't do anything with you anymore? Because we all know what Andrade's goal is.
World champion. Or marriage.
For her, where does Andrade want her?
AEW. Well, wherever he is.
Right. So Andrade wants her in AEW, which kind of makes sense why he made that post.
I mean,
why? The thing was, he made that tweet after Rampage went off air. What was it, Friday? With the FWWE thing. I know you probably don't.
What, want her in AEW?
No, because he after Rampage went off the air, he went on Twitter and tweeted FWWE.
Oh no, I saw it. I'm just thinking about, do I want Charlotte on the indies? Yes. Although Charlotte and AEW, I don't know.
I feel like if Charlotte is available to AEW,
take her. If she's available, take her.
Take her. I mean, there's no question about it. Give her a blank check and let's get the ball rolling, because then that automatically bolsters your women's division to a level that nobody on that roster could do. I mean, yeah, you have I was about to call her Ruby Riott, Ruby Soho.
But I don't.
Thunder Rosa's there, who's amazing.
No, I believe the matches were great. I just don't want.
Do you think she could cut a promo on her own without scripts?
Charlotte?
I really want to see how now that I think about it, I really want to see how she can handle.
I feel like she could do. I feel like Charlotte on the indies would pretty much be, even though that's kind of the whole point, would pretty much be Rick on the indies, because not on the indies, but you saw how Rick was when he cut promos. He was just saying everything. It was like he was saying everything, you know? And I think that would be her, you know? Maybe not to the point of where she's like, you know, showing her shoes and shit and stuff, you know?
No, because she still has that kind of vein to her as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she
The
kind
van,
of
no, I'm not saying
off
that,
of
but I'm
her
saying like,
fits,
but
even though she was out there looking like Sherry the other day.
exactly. No, she was Cruella DeVille at what was it?
No, Seth was Cruella DeVille Monday.
No, I saw that. I saw that.
Yo, when Kevin Owens said it, Raw, I died.
But I don't know, man.
So we got.
I just don't want this. I just don't.
Well, you will finish your thoughts. Put this up.
I don't know. I just don't want. I don't want her going there and becoming a cloud over it. Not in a bad way, but a cloud to where, like, this is everything now. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, because I feel like Charlotte goes to AEW, and as great as it is, like you see what they're doing with Punk, right? Like they're giving him, you're giving Punk, getting Punk in spaces. They're close spaces, but you're taking account that he's been away from this for how long? 7 years? Yeah, you're taking that into account. So with her, it's like I'll take it in spaces, you know, and build to something to where maybe she could be world champion. I don't want her, like the same thing with, I don't want her, I don't want Adam Cole, I don't want none of the people that just got there within the last 3 months world champion before the end of the year, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like I want to see, like with the AEW World Championship, and you can see this map. It's it's Chris Jericho, John Moxley, Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and I'm pretty sure like 87%, I'm 87% sure, right after Hangman Page becoming world champion, it's probably gonna be MJF. And then after MJF, it's probably gonna be Darby. Because Jungle Boy's too young. Jungle Boy's not ready yet. Definitely Darby.
Jungle Boy got a few years left. He got a few years.
Definitely Darby. Darby's almost 30. Darby's almost 30. And Darby's already been TNT champion.
I don't think Darby plans on doing this that much more.
Exactly.
Especially the way he wrestles, you would think he was like, yeah, I'm in here for a good time, not a long time.
His wrestling style, his age, even though, like I said, he's almost 30, he's not 30 yet. But all that stuff you got to take into account. And the fact that he's already been TNT champion. He's the fourth TNT champion. Cody, Brody, Cody again, Darby, Miro, and then Sammy. So, yeah. But he's already been TNT champion. And once you win that, which I'm pretty sure Brody was there next if he didn't pass, world champion.
Yeah. I think Brody probably could have been champion at this point if he was alive.
Like, if not, well, he
because remember he left off. He left off after his
the thing with Mox.
Cody.
No, he didn't. Yeah, because he dropped it to Cody.
This is last match with Cody, right?
Yeah, he dropped it to Cody, and then I'm thinking, like after that, I feel like he would have tried. Like Hangman was going to become world champion regardless. I feel like Brody would have taken it off Hangman.
Yeah.
You know, because he would have tried to recruit him again. He said no, that would let the feud, and then there. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, give me Charlotte. If Charlotte goes to AEW, give me her in spaces. Do what you're doing with Punk. You know,
fair. Let's
or do what you do with Danielson. Don't be afraid. Like I saw so many people saying like Danielson shouldn't be on Dark. I said no, that's perfect.
I feel like he could be. I don't know if I would throw him on Dark, but just like Rampage, just like
Yeah, like Rampage and Dynamite. You know,
there's things you can do around not being in the title scene.
exactly. That's the beauty of AEW. You don't have to be in the title scene because there's so many of you.
Right.
So,
So we all know Isaac here is a big Griselda fan, and one of the rappers in there is Westside Gunn.
Griselda.
So Mr. Fly God,
Good resist.
So Westside Gunn has been I still don't know what song it is that this issue is stemming from. But Greg Hamilton called him out a few days ago saying this on his Instagram. Well, at Westside Gunn, at Buffalo Kids Gallery, let's hope since you stole my voice for your incoherent kindergarten fables that you saved up enough delivering for DoorDash because you are cussing emoji D. So I'm pretty sure we know what that means. You will be paying me for years. Apologize and I'll think about not collecting every dime for the rest of your life, or I can just get WWE lawyers. That's okay too. Settle with my lawyer and don't ever use my voice again. ... So wrong.
First of all, that was borderline racist. What he said about the
incoherent kindergarten.
Yeah, that was borderline racist.
I'm sorry, Greg. The only thing people notice you for is you yelling the best in the world.
Like for real, like that and the thing he said about not the air care fables and then the delivering for DoorDash. I'm like, hey, yo, like
yeah, he saved up so much money delivering for DoorDash that he's right in the front row of like pay-per-views and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's.
I mean, TV is already expensive.
Well, maybe
enough, like
maybe it's not racist. Maybe it's not racist, but it is kind of like classist. It's classist at worst. Because no, screw it. I'm throwing the book at him. He's racist. It's racist. Borderline racist. I don't care. He's borderline racist.
According to this guy.
Yeah. According to me, Greg Hamilton, he's not a racist, but what he said was like borderline, like you're kind of close.
You're cutting it close. So yesterday it was announced that he was released.
Which probably means he's not getting those WWE lawyers.
Right. So he said all this just to get released by WWE.
It's like, hey, so he probably went there and said, hey, you're gonna help me, right? They said, like you're gonna help, like
the Uncle Phil, we.
He's like, hey, we're gonna get Westside Gunn. I was like, we, like, no. One of the favorite ways I face. It's like, we. Why are you speaking in French?
Right.
Or like we, like he said, we. What do you mean we?
Oh, they're
Nintendo we.
Punk.
You know what I mean? You already said we. What do you mean we? Nintendo we? We as in us. Us. Are you talking about the movie?
But yeah, this was not a good idea. This was not smart on Greg's behalf.
Which is so funny because he's also done this. Westside Gunn, not even Westside Gunn, Griselda in general has done this for not just him, but Michael Cole. They have one of the songs that at the beginning has, and now the Universal Champion Michael Cole saying this at the beginning of a song. They also have a clip of Ted DiBiase getting his $1 million belt made. Like that's a whole. It's like a whole. Like 30
Anybody who
clip.
knows anything about Griselda knows Griselda is probably
the
biggest group of wrestling fans. Add Wale and
Flatbush Zombies.
Flatbush Zombies are big wrestling fans too, and then Wale is in that group. It's another one. I don't think it's Method Man. No, it's Smoke Dizzle.
I almost said Clear Soul Forces, but they're more nerds than
Action Bronson's in that list too.
Action
Bronson. You ever heard the Rockers?
Oh yeah.
I hit you with that drop kick, Marty Jannetty.
Also, would you put Clear Soul Forces as wrestling fans, or are they more like comic book?
I don't know. I haven't heard too many. Are they known for doing a lot of wrestling
But they
related?
do. Well, they put them in spats, but most of the stuff you get is like comics and
I think they're just nerds.
yeah, they're nerds in general. They're definitely the kind of people I want to hang around with, though.
Oh, we got CM Trunks. We got CM. We got CM.
Oh Jesus! I ain't saying nothing, bro. Like, come on,
CM Tights versus Bobby Fish.
man. I'm over here lacking.
I know where Bobby Fish was on the day after January 7th, or day before January 7th.
I hope he wasn't where I thought he was.
I heard he was.
He was. Oh, great.
Again, rumors.
That's great.
I do know he's a righty. But yeah, man. Think before you start putting your issues on social media, Mr. Hamilton.
Like for real. Like if anything, it's weird when it's really weird to me when I don't see celebrities be humble. You know what I mean? I mean, I can understand there's celebrities they don't have to be, but like Bomani Jones got his name dropped in Ishkabibble on the song Ishkabibble with Black Thought and Westside Gunn on the album Who Made the Sunset. And when asked, he asked, what was the biggest moment of your year? He said, getting name dropped in a Black Thought song. You know?
Yeah.
He was like super hyped about it. And I'm like, yeah, like I can imagine that's a big deal, you know? You know, especially if you're a hip hop fan. Like if I'm a hip hop fan, if somebody drops my name on a song, I'm gonna be kind of hyped. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna be kind of hyped. You know, so to see this guy not consider that a W is kind of weird. But the main reason I can think of that is maybe not what I said about him being racist, but probably maybe he's not a hip hop guy, which is okay. But there are better ways you could have put that you didn't want to have your voice used to that. And I don't think the way he put it was to...
He's with the Rappers Crap Group.
Yeah. That was not the best way of doing that.
Oh, no,
so
definitely not.
Anyway, what else we got? So what?
Let's get some NFL stuff.
Yeah. Your team sucks, bro.
Thanks for letting me know.
I'm just saying,
yeah, we're horrible, dog. We need Russ back. If we can't have Russ back, can we get Mariota?
Y'all are literally going through what we went through last year.
I feel like we're going through it a lot worse, though.
Well, yeah, because you guys had to rely on him more than we have.
Yeah, I mean, y'all at least had Zeke playing. We didn't have our starting running back.
Right, you know. Which Chris Carson isn't bad, but he's not.
I mean, Chris Carson's good, and then so
he's
is
no
Alex
Zeke.
Howard, but
he's no Zeke.
He's no Zeke.
You know?
Neither are Zeke's.
He's no Zeke or Tony Pollard. Yeah,
I'd rather have Pollard for both of those guys.
I can't believe we have a two-headed monster now. It's really great.
Shh. Y'all just got weapons on weapons, bro. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And then we got the Jaguars this week. So
y'all better hope Trevor Lawrence doesn't have a flashback to playing at Clemson.
Well, he's going against the best in the nation, so he's probably going to go for 400 yards.
Speaking of which, can we talk about how trash, since we're talking about the NFL, how trash is Roger Goodell? Well, I mean, he's been trash. That's not the right question. How trash
are we talking about the emails?
Huh?
Are we talking about the emails?
So, the Washington football team, they've been accused recently of some pretty, Dan Snyder has been accused of some pretty unsavory things as of recently. One of them, notwithstanding, being he was really fighting hard to keep the team name as the racial slur that I'm not going to say.
The R-Skins.
The only reason that didn't happen was because FedEx said they would they would remove the sponsorship of the name of the field if they didn't change it. Let me make sure that's correct, because I don't want to say anything inappropriate. But I do know there's that. And then give me like 2 seconds.
All right.
Give me 2 seconds.
You said what?
Just look for that and cover it up, and I'll be right back.
Look for what and cover it up. All right, so Isaac should be right back. So until then, we're going to be looking into these games. So last week, so we all know the Seahawks suck. The 49ers and the Colts had a equally as bad game. The Texans, I don't know what's going on with them. And then the rumor is that they're looking to make a deal with the Dolphins for Tua Tagovailoa. Here's Isaac.
Sorry, Game 2 of the World Series is on right now. I had to tell my dad.
Okay.
It's currently 0-0 on the top of the first.
How many partner never do us?
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, what were you saying?
You were talking about the R-skins and
Right.
and the emails.
The newest headline is attorneys for former Washington football team employees reject NFL stance since clients want investigation findings released. Goodell said in a news conference earlier, had a news conference earlier on Lead Meetings Tuesday that they did not release a written report into the nearly year-long investigation of the organization and owner Dan Snyder because some who were interviewed wanted anonymity and therefore no public report. In a 2-page letter to Goodell, Lisa Banks and Deborah Katz stated that their clients, they represent 40 women. 40.
Jeez.
Women who made allegations of sexual harassment while working for Washington. Wanted only protection. They want the findings released. The letter stated, while many who came forward feared retaliation by Dan Snyder and therefore requested their names be kept confidential, they never envisioned all of their efforts and the efforts of Beth Wilkinson and her team would result in no written report of findings and no real accountability for Dan Snyder or the Washington football team. Had they known this, they would not have participated. There are 150 people interviewed for the investigation. The NFL fined Washington $10 million for its toxic workplace culture. Snyder said at the time that he would step aside from day-to-day operations in favor of his wife. Banks and Katz wrote that Goodell misrepresented the wishes of our clients and likely those of the other women and men who came forward to justify your decision to bury what we would know would be a damning report. Let's face it, that 40 people is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. They once more urged Goodell to release the findings. They said once that happens, the public can determine whether the actions taken against the Washington football team were appropriate. They wrote, your continued refusal to produce findings in the investigation, ignoring the repeated pleas from those who put themselves at great risk to participate in this investigation, suggests strongly that it is not they who you are determined to protect. In other words, profit over people.
Welcome to corporate America.
Yeah, I hate it here. I hate it here. Because that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? I mean, what am I saying? This is America where, no, nobody's held accountable for anything. Nobody.
No.
Like you get caught in the act and you're still not accountable.
They were sure quick enough to pull out the emails on John Gruden, which, I mean, I'm not defending John at all, but they are sure hesitant to pull out these football team emails. Is there something that Goodell is having to hide here?
Yeah.
Or is it just the mere fact that Gruden talked bad about Goodell at the same time?
Yeah. It's a possibility. Maybe he took an exception to being called some inappropriate words and be like, you know what? I'm going to speed this up. What about your investigation? Because that doesn't look great. They had been trying to get Dan Snyder away from Washington for years. And apparently Jeff Bezos wants to buy the team if it were to sell. But Dan Snyder being Dan Snyder, I don't know, man. I don't know.
If it ain't one thing, it's another with this league, man.
Yeah. But
and then
maybe it's still not as bad.
Change the front rules too.
At least you can have celebrations. Apparently, in college, I don't know if you saw that. What happened at Iowa State, where the player caught the pass, was running into the end zone, celebrating a little too early. He was going to get in anyway, and they called it back for taunting. That's not a joke.
Bro, these taunting rules are ridiculous, bro.
Yep.
I think the only college game that I watched Saturday was us against Howard.
Are you going, by the way?
To Atlanta?
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on who's going to be representing each conference. I can tell you now, if it's going to be Norfolk State versus Jackson, it's going to be the most likely. It's more than likely that I'm going to be making.
How are you going to get there? Fly? You going to drive?
I don't know yet.
Oh, well, if you go, I'd like to go. I would like to go.
All right.
Maybe, probably. I'd like to go.
Let's look at this. Week 8.
Yeah, let's see.
We starting out tomorrow with the Packers and Cardinals.
That's going to be a shootout.
Yeah. I think the Cardinals got it, though.
I think so, too.
49ers, Bears. Whew, that's going to be a snooze fest.
Go 49ers.
I'm going Bears. I think the 49ers are just bad right now. They have some really good players on their team, but all around the team just is not there, and a lot of it has to do with the less than stellar quarterback play, as we saw on Sunday night. This should be ugly. Bengals, Jets.
Bengals. The Bengals are good, and I like it.
Yeah, the Bengals are valid, bro.
I know. I really like it.
I'm hyped to see Joe Burrow going off, and Jamar Chase is the steal of the year in fantasy football, and I got him. Dolphins, Bills. The Eagles are going to be happy about this game once again. The Bills are going to destroy the Dolphins.
Here, backtrack to what you were saying about Ring of Honor. One of the things I saw on Twitter today said, Ring of Honor listening to Bully Ray and making decisions that killed off their fan base deserves a Dark Side of the Ring episode. That MSG show was really the end. I feel for the talent fighting an uphill battle since that night.
That's a good point. Like I said, so much that they've done wrong has led to this moment. I don't think you can really pinpoint. It's kind of like Impact and why they are where they are now, not in the quote unquote limelight of pro wrestling, when once upon a time they were right there. They were what AEW is basically right now. And a lot of that comes down to is so many different things that led to the slide of Impact. And the same thing we're starting to see with Ring of Honor, but the issue is Ring of Honor is going to take a little bit worse of a hit than Impact has ever had to take. Because I don't ever remember Impact having to say, well, we're going to take a quarter of the year off.
Oh, no. Impact powered through. Good, bad, and indifferent.
Yeah.
Which is why they're so great.
Impact is that person that church saying, I don't look like what I've been through. You know I'm not wrong.
They came up and give their testimony.
Pray my strength in the Lord.
In 2016, and when the Hardys showed up, they gave the testimony about how they coming out of the dark times.
Boy, they done had that one too many times.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is them though.
Yes. Eagles Lions.
They say I don't look like.
I don't look like what I've been through.
God's been good to me.
Oh my gosh. I didn't watch the match, but yeah, now that I see it, he clearly missed. I don't know if that was his goal with the mist, but I'm pretty sure he was trying to go for the eyes, and he cleanly missed the eyes.
He got all forehead.
All the forehead.
No, I'm weak. That's hilarious. He said Impact is a company, so I don't look like.
That man was like, I'm gonna paint your forehead.
Yo, that's the clip. That's the clip of the week right there.
Yep, that's the clip.
That is the clip.
Eagles Lions.
I'm gonna go Lions here.
Woo!
I'm gonna go Lions
City
because the Eagles, they're relying on Jalen Hurts way too much, and he's gonna cost them a game.
Hey! I have a very, very easy solution for all their woes.
Run the football.
Yes, run the ball.
Like I'm gonna go Lions here.
I'm gonna quote Marshawn. Give me the ball. Run the ball. I'm not gonna quote Marshawn Lynch the other way. Did you see what happened?
Oh no, I didn't. I was
So
going to quote him. I said, "You got to take care of your chicken."
He dropped F-bomb on the Manning cast.
Yeah, I did say that. I did see that. Yeah.
Yo, that was hilarious.
I did like he said, "You got to take care of your chicken."
Manning cast all season already.
That was their first time. They hadn't done it in 3 weeks. That was their first time back.
They need to do it every week. I'd rather watch the Manning cast than watch it just straight out on ESPN. They need to have Chisel Adonis up there, dog. That would be lit.
Him or Scooter Magruder. You see that guy?
Yo, have his whole crew up there. The clickbait crew, Scooter Magruder, Urinating Tree, Brandon Perna.
I need a crossover between Scooter and Chisel Adonis. We're probably not going to get it, but
I mean, I think it's possible since he kind of does work with some of the guys that he works with. So he's done some work with Tree. So it's possible that we could get a Scooter and Chisel Adonis thing going.
It would be fun.
That would be fun. Panthers, Falcons.
Panthers.
No, I'm going Falcons.
You think we can do it again?
I think we're going to get 3 interceptions from Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold without a run game.
Yeah, that's true.
Rams, Texans.
Rams.
Yeah, I'm going Texans here, clearly.
Rams.
Right, the Rams. This should be interesting. This is also a 1:00 game. Steelers, Browns.
Browns. Hate the Steelers.
Yeah, I think the Browns are going to win this one. I'm not too sure if they're going to have Mr. Pastry Chef Baker Mayfield, but we'll see. Texans, Colts. Don't sleep on the Colts.
Wait, who in the Colts?
Don't sleep on the Colts.
No, who's playing the Colts?
Titans. Did I say Texans?
You said Texans.
Well, Titans. Well, they used to be in Houston. Leave me alone.
Speaking of which, how long do you think it takes until dude has a sign that says MJF is mid? How long do you think it takes for Wardlow to turn on MJF?
I thought it would happen by now until they started this faction that
I think Full Gear. Maybe not Full Gear, but after Full Gear, it happens.
I'll say Revolution. I'm gonna give it a Revolution.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Titans, but I could see the Colts winning this one.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Titans. Derrick Henry is gonna he can't be stopped.
Well, the Titans and Colts usually split, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I want to say they split last year.
Although, what's the name? They have the Mac. They still have the Mac in Indianapolis.
But they got my boy over there in Indy, and he was balling last week. And they got Pittman. I need Pittman to go ahead and get me 2 studies this week. Who is he going against?
Bryce something.
Oh, well, never mind. Patriots, Chargers. Yeah.
Justin Herbert throws for 500 yards.
He'll throw for 300. But
they hear what this dude has to say.
All right, but I think he's going to do something with having to do with Darby, ain't he? Darby, jump. Is it? No, it is Darby.
Yeah, because it's gonna be him and Darby at All Out.
His tights are way too. His trunks are way too small. First of all,
they really are. Did you see the video of him and Danhausen?
Yeah.
And he's like, I want this. He's like, I want you gone, Hausen. He said, at least you're doing the Hausen thing.
Like he looks like Alberto Del Rio right now, and that's
he gives off Alberto vibes.
He gives off Alberto and MVP vibes because the whole gimmick is kind of based off of MVP. MVP had the scarf at one point. I'm better than you.
Yeah, the only difference between him MVP. The only difference between him and Alberto is the less toxicity.
So as we know so far.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you got to remember, at this point in Alberto's career, at his young age, we kind of didn't know about the Alberto we know today. That's a dope tattoo on his arm, though.
The king, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't even realize he had a tat.
I don't think he had that before.
Must be new. Are they in Boston?
Yes.
Okay.
They're in that shitty ass town.
They're always
sorry. The Red Sox broke my Yankees' hearts.
Right, they stay in the same cities. They really go from New York to Boston to Florida to like Jacksonville to Chicago.
Well, they're going to Missouri for they're making their Minnesota debut soon. They're going to Missouri. They're going to Missouri for St. Louis. That's where Full Gear is.
So speaking of which, I know WWE's done really good with their St. Louis show with Royal Rumble. They already are at 27,000.
Say it one more time.
They're at like 27,000 for tickets for Royal Rumble already. Who is this? Oh, this Swole. MGF be knocking off the thotties. What?
What?
Yo, that's the tweet I just see from Seahawk. MGF be knocking off the thotties. Let me make a call. The Saints and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are probably going to destroy the Saints.
Here comes Sting again.
It's Sting. Who you got with Buccaneers and Saints?
Saints.
Football team Broncos. I'm going Broncos.
Broncos, yeah.
And then
Why
Cowboys.
Wardlow looks confused?
What's new? Oh, Seahawks, Jaguars.
Jaguars.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks, but I wouldn't be surprised if we took an L to the Jaguars.
Wardlow does not look happy that happened.
Nope. He has that face. He has that. Hold on, I got to do it right. He has this face going on. What the heck? What am I looking at? What the heck is this?
Now time to go break you physically. Now time to break you physically.
Whose concert is that? What the heck am I watching? What is going on right now? You hit the you hit the chair, dude.
I was like, wait.
The man really hit the chair.
God.
Oh, look, it's Darby. Well then. Oh gosh, this Monday night game is looking not good at all.
Oh no.
Hey, it's a snowboard? A skateboard? No, it's a skateboard without the wheels.
It has thumbtacks in the back.
Nani? I think I see him.
What, the thumbtacks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they're there. They were there.
So I'm already going to assume that you got the Cowboys going against the Vikings on Sunday night.
Yes, but it's going to be a fight.
Oh yeah, the Vikings always put up a fight. Then Chiefs Giants. I'm going to Chiefs, but it's going to be ugly.
The Chiefs against who?
Giants.
Chiefs.
What did he call? What did he say to MJF?
I didn't catch it. Oh no, fight at full gear. I feel like that's got to be a stepped up though. You got to believe that's going to be stepped up, right?
It'll have a step.
It has to.
I think steps are kind of getting overdone in all of wrestling, but that's just me.
I think. Well, I feel like if it calls for it, it should have a step.
But a lot of times it doesn't call for it.
I know, but if it does, you should have it. If it doesn't, don't do it.
And that's the thing, because a lot of times, what Crown Jewel, Hell in a Cell. I think that was, if any match needed that type of match, that was it. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know why did Bobby and Goldberg needed to be no holds barred.
That match. No.
You're breaking up.
I'm back.
Anyway, you were saying
knowing that the stip call for match that much more important. As I wait for my friend Isaac to come back.
I'm here. Can I be heard?
Let's see what else we got.
Can I be heard?
Oh, hold on, yeah, much longer. I need to go make me some more eggs
and not burn them again. Oh, good. Right. So, right. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess this is going to become the let's watch AEW with Isaac show. Yeah. Full Gear is going to be good. Scroll through some Twitter.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
I
okay.
edited that cut out for it, like for the first time in forever.
So what?
Any new music coming out this week?
Not that I know of. I do know Montero hit streamed over 1 billion times on Spotify.
I'm not surprised.
Oh, and Lil Nas X lives rent free in Boosie's head.
All right, so I did want to talk about that. Now,
What Boosie said was wrong.
was
I don't care how you feel about Lil Nas X. You don't. Come on.
What he said was ridiculously uncalled for.
Absolutely.
But Lil Nas X knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
No. We knew. Everybody knew what that dude was about the minute he made Old Town Road when he came out and said it. You knew what he was about at this point.
But here's the thing: why do you have to mention Boosie?
Wait, just in general?
Yeah. So you know why Boosie made the statements, right?
Oh yeah, I saw that because he went on IG Live and said, he said he was gonna make a song about Boosie.
So he said, me and Boosie got a song together. So Boosie don't care for you.
Yes.
And so this is my whole thing. So when somebody has these feelings towards you.
Yes.
You were basically poking at this man, waiting for a reaction to happen.
Okay, so but at the same time, not that Boosie was poking back at Lil Nas X necessarily, but not that he wasn't, but at the same time, Boosie said entirely outlandish things and completely unnecessary things.
Agreed.
About Lil Nas X.
Agreed.
So, and the fact that I don't think for him to poke at Boosie, this man went on the Breakfast Club, had a whole interview about it. This dude will go on live multiple times and say stuff about it. And then, by the way, that last thing on Twitter, what he said on Twitter, could kind of be looked at as like, you're kind of wanting to do to like,
that could
commit
be
suicide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not.
But it just seems like both parties are kind of just like poking at each other,
right?
Saying who's going to break first, and we saw who broke first.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'm sitting here saying that Boosie should have never said what he said, but at the same time, it's not like Lil Nas X was just out here minding his business.
It kind of was before. But put it this way: before he said what he said. Before he said what he said, Lil Nas X was doing nothing but minding his business. And then Boosie says some stuff.
Right. So Boosie did start it at the beginning.
Yes.
Lil Nas X is just that type of person that says, well, you started, so I'm going to just keep on picking with you now. So he's the type of person that says, when you get petty, I can show you real petty.
That's literally what he was doing. He was doing when he made Montero. Minus the shoes thing. Minus the shoes thing. Minus the thing with the shoes. That's all. That was all like him being petty because of all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally, the build to his album, which is him doing petty stuff. You know?
I mean, he's a troll.
He is.
He's a troll. Now I understand that.
He's a very musically talented. He's a very musically talented troll.
And the thing is, people act like he's the only person out here doing this stuff. Like people forget that Todrick Hall exists.
That is what I've been saying. People want to act brand new, like no, Lil Nas X is the first. Like when Montero video came out, people were acting like that is new. Like that's nobody's ever done anything like that before.
My only issue was the ending of it. Like,
no, I know.
I was like, okay, you do what you ever do. We know who you are and what your lifestyle is.
Yeah, I know.
But when you start kind of pushing your way into a way that I feel is like, yeah, that's a little bit disrespecting of what I believe. Like, all right, I'm not going to go out here and go Boosie on you. But I'm gonna say, yeah. And then the shoes kind of
Yeah.
added on to the heat.
Yeah, I can see why you didn't like it, why you weren't a fan.
Yeah.
But I'm saying at the time when that was coming out, it got a lot of, it did its job. It got people to drew people in. But in then necessarily being petty, he was calling out a lot of religious people or quote unquote religious people because he got a lot of hate for that. And a lot of this hate was from people who claimed to be religious. And they didn't want to act like, Leviticus 19:18 isn't a thing, which is, love your neighbor.
My earrings here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and here's the thing with that: you do have to love your neighbor, but at the same time, you shouldn't be walked over, which is where a lot of people don't know the lines between that. You have people that do understand it. You have people that will say, "Okay, I'm going to love you," and be your walking mat, and then you have people that are like, "I'm not your walking mat, and I'm just going to talk to you any type of way."
Which is what Boosie is.
Yes. So we all know that Boosie's not the type of person. He's 10 toes down on what he stands for, but at the same time,
Tony
if
Nese is
you go
ringside, by the
against what
way.
he stands for, then he's going to push at you.
Right. But I even said it at the beginning when Boosie first came out, when he did his interview on The Breakfast Club. I said, dude, if you're homophobic, just say, and I said that to a whole bunch of people. I said it on the podcast.
Oh, he is.
I know he's homophobic, but I said a whole bunch of people about this in regards to him. If y'all just homophobic, just say that. You know what I mean?
I don't throw that word around a lot.
I'm just saying,
But
like,
Boosie is there.
But I understand, but I'm saying, like, I was saying, when I say if you're homophobic, just say that if you literally don't like this man, like to the point where you want him gone off the face of the earth because of his actions, because of the way his lifestyle, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you're making comments like homophobic, if you're literally making homophobic comments about him, that's what it is. It's homophobia.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
And that's where Boosie is. Like I say, I don't throw that word around.
It's not just Boosie; it's a lot of people. Maybe not people as famous as Boosie,
but he's the face of it, and
yeah.
which is a bad face when you think about the things that Boosie has done over the last few years, especially with his kids. Basically, subjecting his kids to grapes. Take out the GNS.
Right.
So it's not a real good face of that. Well, it might be a good face.
I don't think you should have Boosie as the face of anything, even if it's like. I feel like there are a lot of things you don't want Boosie to be the face of, but I'm pretty sure the face of like homophobia is not one of them.
Well, might as well have a horrible person be the face of it.
I don't know.
I mean, why not? You want a good upstanding citizen to be a face of that?
Catch what you said.
Yeah, we're going to have a good upstanding citizen to be the face of racism.
Well, I mean, to be fair, some of those people think they are upstanding citizens. Some of the faces of racism think they are upstanding citizens. Look at Lauren Boebert. Look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. They think they're upstanding citizens in their own genjutsu.
Mm-hmm.
Don't boo me. I'm right. Anyway.
Well, you're not right. You're right. You're right. But we need to close this up because my internet's boo-boo juice. So, with that being said, any last thoughts?
If you don't like Lil Nas X, that's cool. That's cool. But don't confuse. Don't let your hate turn into homophobia. All right.
I mean, do what you want to do. Just know
do what you want to do.
Out here that's going to throw hands at you eventually.
Like there's a line between just not liking not liking him, and saying you wish he wasn't on Earth.
Yeah, Boosie's a horrible person for that, dog.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. There's a line between that. That's all I got.
Tomorrow's gonna be a rough day for me, but I'll be
Revival. Oh wait.
No, tomorrow is actually 4 years since my grandmother passed.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
I've been able to beat a lot of the issues that I've dealt with through that. I think I might wear this shirt tomorrow just cause. But
Yeah, all right.
with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and pop stars, and always drink water. We out here, and see y'all next week.
Peace.